Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show. Here we go.
What up, Dow? Before we start anything on the show today, guys, I want us all to pat ourselves on the back for hanging in there these 11 weeks. It's, these seasons is tough, but we still here. So, give your pats on the back and shout out to our crowd that's showing up too. Our guy ATNC33, who's on UAB today with the points. So make sure y'all go put that in. That guy was hot. Well, he stumbled a little bit, but he got back on the horse and he's riding. So shout out to him. Shout out to our guy right there. Shout out to everybody else in the chat, man. Thank y'all for showing up. Week 11. What can I say, man? Shit gets weird. That's all I can say. You're on the right side or the wrong side at this point. If you this one, if you can't beat them, join them. So if you ain't been doing good by now, find you one of us on the show and follow us or follow somebody else with a nice smiling face like us. But let's jump right into it. Y'all ready to jump right into it? Y'all got anything y'all want to tell the people for 11th week?
Real quick, I want to say something. I'll give everybody a shout out that showed up to Las Vegas with us last week, by the way. We're back home safe and sound. Shout out to the Carolina crew, the Georgia crew, the California contingent. It was good to see Paco and Dom and, all our guys, Ski. We had a great time. So I want to thank everybody for that. And then, sorry we missed our guy Wine, but Wine's always on fire no matter where he's at. Right, Wine?
Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's just keep it going, man. Next time you guys do that meetup, I'm going to be there for sure. So I'm looking forward to it.
We got to have you next time for sure.
Oh, yeah. Many more, man. But yeah, that was very relaxing for me. And I did bad in college, but I came back in the NFL. So
I got crushed in the NFL. Did okay in college, but the NFL got my goat.
Yeah, I came back smiling a little bit, just a little bit of shine right there. But yeah, that's how it goes when you're in Vegas, man. We have fun.
Oh, yeah. It's all about fun.
Yeah, but the first up on the card, man, let's jump right on into it. It's this Miami Georgia Tech game, which I feel like I don't know if Haynes Kings is playing. The line is moving like he's gonna play. It's all the way down to like a 9.5 now. It was up at 11 earlier, but this is a capper play right here. For one, the Georgia Tech coach, he does great against ranked opponents. So we expect the under because he's going to slow this thing down, even though Miami is very explosive. But I expect the under. I expect the Georgia Tech to slow it down. And because they're at home and backs against the wall, they might have a chance to pull this out. But, yeah, I'm slightly on Georgia Tech plus the points. Anybody else on this one?
Yeah, I like this game. Go ahead, Warren, you go.
Yeah, I love this game. Talk about high-powered offense in Miami, man. Probably the best offense right now in college football. They can pretty much name their number against whoever they want. What do they struggle on the defensive side of the football, man? Their secondary's been getting torched game in and game out. It seems like they've got a decent defensive line to get pressure on the quarterback, but it just seems like someone's always open, man. And we've seen Miami come from behind in a lot of these games. And honestly, when they get up late, they don't just start running the ball and burn the clock. They keep throwing and they keep trying to make explosive plays. They're really trying to hit on all cylinders here. They want to be able to score points against anyone in the nation. I do think they'll be able to get off here against Georgia Tech. You mentioned it, boss. Lines moving towards Georgia Tech. Haynes King, I think, is definitely going to play in this one. Reports are saying he's questionable. I think he's going to play in this one. The guy's a gamer. We can't forget he led the ACC in touchdown passes last year. Can't forget what he can do with his legs. He can easily, I think, put up 24 to 30 points against this Miami defense. If they do that, we're going to get more than their fair share of the pie here. This game's going to 70 points probably. Give me the over 63.5 here.
Yeah. I like that look. I like that look. But here's my thing with Miami, okay? All right, so let's start out with Georgia Tech. When we talked about Georgia Tech early on, they overperformed a little bit, I think, in my book, but not surprisingly because a well-coached football team and what Brett Key does with his players. And then they hit a little stumbling block. Haynes King went down. Last two versus Notre Dame and Virginia Tech, they took the L's there without Haynes King. They get him back today, like you were saying. But this is a team that's very capable of controlling the line of scrimmage. And Miami has a propensity to let teams hang around. And we know they escaped like 3 games back to back early on. Their last 2 have been pretty good games by Miami. But even so, they're very capable of scoring a lot of points in a short period of time. And that's how they got by Duke last week too. So if you let them hang around, I think Georgia Tech has got a little bit of a swag to them. So Miami better be careful here. This could be an upset alert special.
Yeah. Oh, man, I agree. That's a great take, Riku. I talked about it earlier, too. I was like, dude, Miami's got to be careful in this spot here. If they slip up here, man, if they lose this game and somehow lose in the ACC title game, I don't know if they have a strong enough schedule to get it into the college football playoff in the ACC, to be honest with you. This is very much I like it, man. I might get on Georgia Tech with you guys here, man, especially if King's playing. There's too many points, man.
It's a lot of points. And they want, trust me, the playoff committee wants this team in because of how explosive they are.
Yeah.
They can put up points in a big way. And it'd be a sad day for the ratings if they don't make it. But anyways, this is a spot play for me for GT.
Yeah, and I had to go back on this one too to my previews of this Georgia Tech team, and they had a lot of returners on both sides of the ball, which pays off at this point in the season. When you got a lot of mature guys, even though despite injury, they still got a lot of mature guys that understand the game, understand the position that they in. So all of the pros are going with Georgia Tech today, despite the public has it up to the bets are 71% by the spread and 83% in the bet. So everybody's favoring Miami right now. So this is a capper place to be on this side. You're betting with Vegas right here. So Georgia Tech. I had to put that out there for today. I had to play that one. So next up, Iowa State, Kansas. Oh my God, I capped this out early in the week. And then I woke up in the middle of the week and said, what did I do? But it was just a chatter that's going on with Kansas in this spot right here. I think Iowa State or BYU is TCU from last year. I'm telling you right now. One of them just going to figure out ways to win games. When you have kids that are gelled together that just figure out ways to win games, that's what they're going to continue to do. And that's what I see in this spot right here. On paper, they definitely seem to fight. Kansas, some of their losses was some short plays. They had some inconsistencies on the offensive side, and they're dealing with that, and they're getting a little better. Might be a cold shootout right here with this Iowa State and Kansas spot, but I'm on Iowa State minus 2.5 on this one. So I'm going against the grain against everybody that I hear is on Kansas. Anybody else got? I know Big Ragu got something on this one, but you on this one, Wine?
Let Ragu take this one right here. I'll go next.
Yeah, I mean the knock on Iowa State right now, they've been spectacular all season long, but their last 2 games, man, they've got let down. They had the loss against Texas Tech, 1-point loss, which we know they like to play these real close games. So when I see big numbers against Iowa State, I like to fade them in those type of spots. But I mean in UCF, they let them up. They outscore. I say let them up. They put 38 on them. So these are the type of games that Iowa State doesn't want to get involved in. Texas Tech is a very capable, it's a Big 12 team known for, big offensive plays and big offensive scores. And these are the kind of the spots that I like to get involved with Texas Tech. But the rails can come off for them too. So they're very unpredictable for me. I'm just saying, if you're going to get on the Iowa State side, I'd be real careful here. Either way, but I'm going to lay off of this one totally.
Man, what a tough game here, guys. That's my question. That's why I wanted to come on here and ask you guys, why is Iowa State only minus 2.5 against a 2? Like, is someone out for Iowa State, guys? I'm confused.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that, I'm really confused, guys. I think the only play you can go here is Kansas. They're going to most likely win this game. We're seeing 12% of bets, 7% of the money on Kansas, and the line's just moving. This is really weird, man. I don't know why I didn't look at this.
You look at what they played the UCF, which was very capable offense. They were laying big number there, right? And the same thing with Texas Tech. Now we got the shrinkage of a number. It's almost like a trap line to me. So
this is a trap line, man. I'm gonna, you know what, guys? I'm gonna give out Kansas right now.
I told you
on the money line plus 110.
Yeah,
I tell you, I don't hate it either, but I'm on the other side, and I'm gonna just stay on the other side. That's one thing I had success at this year is when I cap something, I cap it. Even though you might end up somewhere else when I was in the mode of capping it. I capped it there, so that's what it is: win, lose, or draw.
It
Next
seems like
up,
a trap line, but these are the kind of numbers that Iowa State gets home with. You know what I mean? These real short numbers. So that too.
yeah, we'll see what happens. The game gets played today. That's the best part.
That's for sure.
But on to the big game. I guess call this one of the biggest game of the day right here: Georgia and Ole Miss, and everybody's on different sides in this one, man. But me, I got to go with the machine, man. I'm taking Georgia at a short number in this one. I mean, I can't tell you nothing statistically sassy about this game or anything like this. It's just put the women and kids to bed and go looking for dinner. And these guys over here at Georgia, they understand that. And Lane train, Lane sometimes he's there, sometimes he's there. The thing that I don't like most about Lane is that he gets lackadaisical as a coach in the middle of a game. But he has a lot of injuries over there too. So I don't know. Everybody's jumping on Ole Miss. Plus the points. I think it's up to. Is it up to 3 yet? No, it's went down to 1.5.
It's gone down. We're at 2.5 right now.
Yeah, so right about the same range then. But I don't know. I can't take Ole Miss in this one. I'm gonna go with them Bulldogs, the big guys. As my boy Marley would say, big boy football right here. So I'm gonna take Georgia. It's gonna be another strikeout for Lane. What you got, Wine?
Yeah, I mean, you touched on it, boss. I mean, Lane Kiffin, when he gets in these positions in the middle of the game, it almost looks like he's giving up in a way. Like the looks on his face, I'm just like, what? Like, get your team up, man. Like, it almost looks like he gives up a little bit too early. And I thought he was going to mature from that over the last couple of years, honestly, especially coming into this year. I mean, Ole Miss, the money they've been loading into this program last 2 years with him to get these guys. I mean, to pay Jackson Dart, to pay Trey Harris, to pay Juice Wells, to pay these guys, man. And I mean, not to mention Ole Miss, what's Lane Kiffin known for? Offense. What are they known for this year? Defense. One of the best defenses in the nation. Lane Kiffin coming off a huge loss last year to Georgia. They asked him what went wrong. He said, we don't have the kind of guys that can compete with this other team. It's that simple. We all saw that interview. And what did they do in the portal? They went out and got some big dudes on the line. And they are taking care of business. They're getting to the passer, and they are very good against the run. This just – I mean, you mentioned it though, boss. I mean, it's so hard to fade Kirby Smart. It's like fading Nick Saban. You don't do it. It's just something you don't do, and I'm doing that here for some reason. I'm on Ole Miss plus the 3, minus 120. I think they're going to win this outright. I'm going to take the plus 3, just be safe in that back pocket. Maybe Georgia wins this game by 2, maybe 3. I get the push. But I just think, they need this game, man. And Dart, guys, last week against Arkansas, those throws he was making against that good defense were NFL type throws, and throws that if he's making those on a regular basis, there's not a lot of teams that are going to be able to guard that. We'll see here. We will see, big test for Lane Kiffin, man. I thought this was the year he gets over the hump. Loss here, a lot of question marks with him, honestly, because of the money they've been loading into this program the last couple of years. So give me Ole Miss plus the 3. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the little brother coach in this situation and hope that, he finds a way to beat one of the best coaches to ever coach in college football. So we'll see.
Good breakdown. I like it. But here's the thing. Georgia, we've known since early last year, Georgia's had to have trouble against the spread. Last year, they were a loser. You burn cash. Here we go again with Georgia, 2-6 ATS so far in the season. If you've been back in Mississippi, you've been making a little bit of money, 6-3. But both of these teams are playing to the under. Like you said, you touched on with the defenses intact, both squads. Florida was in that game big time last week, and then Georgia got away with it late in the game. A turnover late for a cover that they got late. Georgia did, but that was one of them. So before that it was like 1-6. But today, we got a real short number. We got playoff implications on the line. What Lane does well is stretch the field out with the pass. You're not going to be able to run on a whole lot on Georgia, I think, in this spot, because I think there's only like one team that had success running against Georgia this year was Alabama. So when I talking numbers, yardage, big yard plays, that type of thing. But Georgia, they're going to definitely have to stretch the field. Now, the issue with Georgia is they can't take care of the football, and that's what gets them in trouble. Has been doing it all season long. I think Carson Beck's got like double digits interceptions, and he's primarily the cause of the turnover issue. So he's got to take care of the football. I don't think it's going to be a last possession type of game. I think it's going to be a game that's going to be played in the trenches. If Mississippi cannot put the ball downfield, it's going to be a long day for them. But I see them, mixing plays up early on, and I see this being very, very tight. And I like the under here.
Yeah, the under's a nice place to be on that one as well. So we all over the board right here. I didn't have a good week last week, being on the other side of wine too many times, and I'm already on the other side of wine twice. So I don't know. The show gives out winners.
It goes both ways. I feel like, though, man. A couple weeks ago, I was telling you, I was like, "Yeah, you guys are big broing me this week, man. Like, everything I said, I'm wrong."
That's what makes the show great.
Yeah, that's exactly. Why we get better as we go, man. We got to get better. That's how it goes, man. But too bad for me. I'm on the wrong side, but I really like my Georgia side. I ain't even tripping. Colorado, Texas Tech, auto bet for me. Colorado first quarter. Minus a half a point. It's already in there, baby. I don't care about none of the rest. It makes it even better that they're the favorite for me because they did it as a dog as well. They're on the road this time with a Texas Tech that doesn't have a very good defense. All the sharps are liking the team total over in this Colorado game right here, but I don't know, 35 or 36 is too high for me. I'm not trying to sit around and watch Shador and all of them do all them tantics until I get my cash. So I'm in there quick. Give me that first quarter minus a point and a half.
It's been cashing. It's been a regular thing we've been doing. No sense of put the brakes on it right now. The thing that impresses me about Colorado and Dion, what he's done in that program, he's when he first got there, there's a lot of hoopla. A lot of even this year they had 40 some odd players through the portal, but I really like what he's doing defensively with this team. He's kind of it's more balanced now. He's got these guys bought in. He's showing that he can coach. He really can coach, guys.
Yep.
The guy can coach. There's no question about it. And he's doing it, and he's doing it in a way. He's taking on all the middle to top tier teams in conference. We know BYU's running the ship, but now we're talking maybe a 10-win season for this team. And if that happens, even if they don't win a division, you got to consider this team playoffs. I know it's early, but there's a little excitement brewing in Boulder here, guys. And the last two, last two games on the that Colorado had, pretty impressive wins against Arizona and Cincinnati. So two pretty good programs there too, also. But I kind of got to go with my guy DJ here. I'm going to be on Colorado full game in first quarter. I think they got something special going on in Boulder. Not to take anything away from Texas Tech. Like I said, Texas Tech's one of them weave and bob teams, and this is a bob time for me for Texas Tech. I'm all over Colorado.
There it is. There, Juan, you on this one?
I'm going to back you guys with Colorado first quarter money line minus 120 in this
go.
one. I'm not going to take the 1.5 because I'm just going to stay with the money line. Yeah, guys. I mean, you just mentioned it. I mean, yeah, this guy can coach, man. I mean, the coaching staff he brought on too. I mean, Warren Sapp. These guys are just getting to these kids and they're telling them, listen to us, and we will get you to the next level. It's that simple. Listen to us. And if you do that, you're going to get to the next level, and you're going to win games, and you're going to get national attention. It's that simple. That's what happens when you bring the lights to Boulder, man, and that's what they're doing. I'm not going to lie. Going into this year, I had them under on the wins total. Didn't end up taking it, but I mean, I talked about it with you guys. I just wasn't high on this team. Completely wrong. I'll come here and say that, I've seen them make big plays when they need to make big plays. Somehow, one way or another, they always somehow get it done here. You got Travis Hunter playing on both sides of the ball, man. I mean, how can this guy not be, a top 3 Heisman candidate? You got Shador playing at an elite level right now. This Colorado team, man, yeah, they can run the table. Tough place to play in Lubbock, though. I mean, we talk about it. What do they throw on the field before game? Bologna or something like that? I don't know what it is, but they throw something on the field. Lubbock, tough place to play. And we mentioned Texas Tech having a pretty good year under the radar this year, having some pretty decent wins here. So this is a big Big 12 matchup for Colorado. I do think they'll get it done. I'm going to ride with you guys on the first quarter.
That's right. Let me put my disclaimer out there too, because I bashed up Colorado a little bit early in the season too. But I did say that it wasn't Dion. Dion's a great coach. He's a great motivational. I mean, he got what you need to be a great coach. But his problem was, setting out the duties with his staff and all that kind of stuff. But I think Warren Sapp was a big addition. you know, he was over there with who was it, Herm Edwards too at Arizona State.
Yeah, he was.
So they went and put some things together, and it's starting to reflect a little bit in what they got right here, which is what he needed to do, is learn how to that guy he had offensive coordinator Sean Lewis went to San Diego State. Look at San Diego State. So, he started putting his pieces in the right place. Now you're getting a better result of his motivation, of his program, of his system, and everything that goes with it. So shouts out to those guys. But I still got some other stuff. But that win total for the season was 3.5. We way past that at this point.
Way gone.
So shout out to Primetime, man. And keep selling those $5 chicken things at KFC. But anyways, Washington and Penn State, man. This is a big one right here. Hard not to take Penn State after last week. I did say that, the White House stuff don't matter and all that stuff. And this one, maybe the White House does matter because they paid Washington, who's coming over here, probably ain't been over here in years. And they're going to get the experience what a real whiteout crowd looks like in Penn State. So I think Penn State is definitely on the winners, but I don't know about laying 13.5. I mean, they do have a really stacked team over there. Can they get past the 13.5? Absolutely. Will they? I don't know. You got something on this, Wine?
Oh, you already know, man. Yeah, I'm on. I mean, these are two teams, guys, that I've asked to bring up every single week. We've talked about these teams and their games every single week. I know these teams, man, and I like talking about these teams. I like watching these teams, man. I've been successful either fading or being on one side or the other with Washington. We've been successful fading Penn State almost every single week, and we're just getting it done every single week. We're going to do it again here. Don't get me wrong. I am aware it's a whiteout game, man, and these are situations where I don't really want to be in, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know today was the whiteout game going into this morning. I didn't figure it out until this morning, but the line's going down to Washington. We're seeing more bets come in on Penn State. Washington, man, the best pass defense in the nation. Belichick came in there to turn this defense around as the coordinator over there. Will Rogers makes the quick throws. He gets the ball out quick, exactly what Jed Fish likes to do over there. Get the ball out quick and get the ball to his open targets. They're going to run the ball here with Jonah Coleman, one of the better running backs, not only in the Big Ten, but in the country. And I believe Drew Aller isn't that good. And his under 204.5 passing yards against the number one defense in the nation, guys. Just saying it, the game's not till 5 p.m. Make sure to get in on it before that. But, we're on that as well. He's not going to be able to throw 200 yards. And he doesn't throw 200 yards against a lot of teams, not alone this Washington team. Don't get me wrong, hostile environment. Penn State, man, this is one of the places I want to go to. I almost went to it this year when UCLA played there. Place I want to go. Respect all the fans out there. It's going to be rocking and rolling out there. Big game for Penn State. I haven't been high on this team all year. We've been fading them all year. We've been successful. ATS, they're getting it done. They also have one of the weaker schedules in the nation. Indiana should be 6, not Penn State. Indiana should be 6. But with that being said, Penn State's got the name. Don't get me wrong. Good game against Ohio State. That being said, I think their only touchdown was a pick 6. So with that being said, we're on Washington plus 14. We got in on Monday. It's a 12.5. I still like it. Also like the under, and I also like the under on Drew Aller. Love this game tonight, guys.
Yeah. All right.
I love that.
Old American, my guy. So here's the thing with Washington. They do struggle away from the house, wins and loss columns, but no knock on what they've been doing as a unit, as a whole, scoring points in games, playing defense and whatnot. The knock on Penn State here is that they don't have the explosiveness to I think to kind of pull away from double. You talk about you got to cover better on almost 2 touchdowns here, so you really need like 3 scores to get a solid cover. I don't know if they're up to the task, even though it's a whiteout game, whatever. But ATS numbers are not looking good for them. And like you said with Alar, I don't think he's not that guy. He's not the big playmaker. There's a lot of aspirations, a lot of buzz around him, but he hasn't lived up to it in my book. And Franklin, I know on the road, he's been better on the road this year than he has been home, actually, because that's usually a knock on Franklin. So this is a perfect setup for Washington, I believe. So I'm all with you on this one, my guy. And the under. I like the underplay, too. I think we get both teams are Washington's 2-7, Penn State 2-6. So put me on the under, and I'm going to double down here with Washington also.
Let's go. You're muted, boss.
Nice. I think I'm gonna try to put that in a teaser somehow. Little shits and giggles.
Yeah, if you 6-point teaser on Washington, man. That's all day, honestly, man. All day.
Yeah, I like the tease up Georgia Tech too. So get 6 points over there, 6 points over there.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna write that down.
Put something with it. Do me a nice 3 or 4 teamer and have some fun this Saturday. Last game on the card so far. This is me right here, Mountain West, where I do it the best. I don't see no reason why UNLV can't beat Hawaii. But I mean, many people have been strong on Hawaii, and a lot of people been going over there busting them up. Some say they have a little defense, some say they have a little offense. It just kind of sounds like hearsay. But this UNLV team, they know what they got to do at this point, get in the gear, and that quarterback's they're not going to be able to stop him. He's a gamer. He's going to be all over the place. It's a system and a program. It's not just so happened they have the greatest athletes on the team. So they're going over there with some great coaching against this Hawaii team that, they're not there yet. So I'm taking UNLV. I laid the 13.5, no problem. I think they win by 20, but that's where I'm at. Would anybody got any comments on this one?
I want to get on this one with you on UNLV, man. This seems like a smash spot on the island. Everyone's hammering Hawaii, and yet the line's moving towards UNLV. This isn't a tough travel spot. Guys, I mean, they're coming from Vegas to Hawaii. These kids are, I mean, they're having a great season at 6-2 in the Mountain West, man. Really good offense. We love what Barry Odom's doing over there. This guy's most likely going to, I like what he's doing over there at UNLV. It's unfortunate he's most likely going to leave after this year and probably get a bigger time job over there, but good for him. With that being said, this isn't a tough travel spot. They're going to be stoked when they get to Hawaii out there, man. They get to the island, man. They're going to be excited, and they're going to go there, and they're going to whoop some ass, honestly. I think they're going to take care of business. I love it, boss. I didn't move on this before the game, but now I'm looking at it before 6 o'clock hits. That 12.5 looks very appealing in this spot, honestly, man. I mean, this is a mismatch. Hawaii, don't get me wrong, they got a good run and gun offense over there. I like what Tanner Chang's doing over there with the quarterback. Talked about it, Brendan Shager. I like him, honestly, as a quarterback. He's got good size, and he is a gamer. I mean, I saw him go against UCLA. I saw him take a lot of big hits while he was releasing the ball, and he was still getting up after every single play. The kid's a tough kid. He's from Texas out there, went to a really good program as well in high school. But I just think it's going to be too much. UNLV, they're going to take care of business by 20. Let's go.
Yeah. I think Schrager's regressed a little bit here too. But Hawaii's defensive numbers don't look good at all. They're like in the bottom, like sacks and third down conversion rate and stuff like that. So they're going to be up against it here. I mean, it's a tall number. We always got to worry about, like you said, kids coming over to the island, staying focused. But this is a familiar matchup. And like you said, Odom, how about UNLV? They keep getting good coaches and they keep disappearing now all of a sudden now, right? So, and for years and ever and a day, they were struggling trying to get a coach. But shout out to them. It's hopefully, I think they're going to be on top of that. They're just going to be a step below Boise, one step behind them all the time, seems like, DJ. But we'll see how it shakes out. But, yeah, I would lean UNLV. I don't have a side on this game. But that makes all the sense to me, is UNLV. Yeah, maybe a first half look for UNLV too.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I like them early too. That's been one of their things, is being explosive in the first half. So yeah, I like them early as well too. It's going to be one of the later games, so I'm gonna have time to dice it up. It's either going to be I got a lot of money, so I'm just adding to it, or it's going to be I'm trying to save my fate for the weekend. But that's a key game for me right there. UNLV first half. What'd you get for that? 7.5. I think I seen it at.
Yeah, I can pull it up here in a second. It's towards later in the day, right?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and this is like a future look for me too, because I see UNLV going strong into the Mountain West Championship.
You can get there's 6.5 and 7s out there.
Yeah.
6.5 minus 125.
Yeah,
up a little bit. You get a 7 even.
I already bet the 13.5, but I'm going to add that to the first half to that as well, because that's their thing, is they try to come out and be explosive.
I like it.
So that's pretty much it on that one. So I think UNLV is going to end up in the Mountain West Championship, beat Boise State, and
I think so too. Yeah.
It's gonna be questions. It's gonna be questions on the whole playoff thing.
Yeah, I like it, boss. I was gonna mention that. I like it.
Are they making a thing? Are they starting to play that in Nevada every year, that Mountain West Championship? Or are they moving it around? Do you know?
I don't know for sure. I think the last
year in the Allegiant. the
Yeah,
I
championship
think
game?
they did play at Allegiant last year,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure what they're gonna do this
I
year.
think
I
they
might have
did.
to sneak out of town for that one.
That game's gonna be
Don't
turned
tell
up.
Kelly. Don't tell Kelly.
But that's it. Y'all got anything on that? Only thing I want to add is I took Cincinnati minus the 5 points. It went up. I wish I could have got it at 3, but
Yeah.
I don't know. West Virginia is that part of the season where hey, a lot of guys are already picking out where what their jersey gonna look like next year. So
Yeah. I got something I want to just mention for I'm not on this game, but it's something to bring to light because early kickoff too on this one. Texas is playing Florida in Austin here. It's a big number, like 21.5, 47.5. The thing with Florida, DJ Lagway went out against Georgia last week, so they got a red shirt or freshman, or actually he was a red shirt at Yale, but his name is Aiden. What's his kid's name?
Wait, he's from
Aiden
Yale?
Warner. Yeah, he's a sophomore actually. No, he's redshirt freshman. My bad. But anyways, he's got very limited play. If they get behind early, they're going to force this kid to make mistakes and whatnot. So I think Florida is going to definitely try to keep the game slowed down if they're able to with the run game and keep a lot of plays, off the hash marks, within, not trying to spread the field wide, just a lot of back, bubble screens and, running game. So I would lean, even though it seems like a low number, 47.5 and a 21.5, that's telling you right there what's going to happen. But I don't know. I think this game could possibly get out of control for Florida. I'd be real interested in a Texas team total on this particular spot, even though Florida's defense is pretty damn good. Their offense is going to put them in a bad way today, I think, with Texas. So I would lean Texas team total over in this spot just because of the fact with the quarterback situation. So it's not an official play, but I'm going to tweet some plays out. So look for that one. That might be a late ad for me. Texas team total over.
Could Napier get fired after
Oh
this?
no, that was the other thing too.
No, he's staying, I think.
Napier got an extension, so I was happy about that. I said, you know what, this could be a good thing after the Georgia game. They extended his contract, so I said that's great. But then when the quarterback thing came out, I said, so I was really looking for Florida to get involved in this spot here, but with the quarterback going down, I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna lay off of this one here. Not a good spot for Florida, but I mean, good for Napier. He got the extension, so they bought back in on him.
Oh,
that's your guy, man, Napier.
I love me some Napier, and the type of program that he runs, though, it takes time. Though you got to be totally bought in. Yeah. That first year kids, they kind of hated him because he came in there rearranging things that they had set up. So, shout out to Napier.
Yeah, but, and listen, Florida had the toughest schedule in college football this year too. Number one tough schedule in college football. So I didn't expect them to win like 3 games this year, to be honest with you. So shout out to the Gators as much as they did a lot better than my Seminoles. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Well, that's another one for Notre Dame today. I don't know. Still can't trust them with the points, but I don't know how they set these lines, but there it is there. But that's it for me. Juan, you got anything for them?
That's it, man. I'm excited for a big day of college football, man. I'm excited. I'm literally gonna be sitting out. I ain't leaving my house today, man. I'm gonna be sitting. My wife's gone for the day. I'm gonna be sitting at home. I'm gonna open up a beer here soon. I'm gonna watch some football all day long. I'm excited.
Ooh, ain't nothing like those days right there. Shout out to our guy Jimmy G, Smart Money Bets in the chat. My guy Picks from Dave showed up. Mo Harris has been here with us the whole time. Shout out to Mills. Shout out to 1833. Shout out to everybody that came to see us, Nasty Nate, and anybody else who's out there watching.
Yeah, Mo Harris. I'm with you, Mo Harris. We're lucky if we get a touchdown tonight, Mo Harris.
Yeah, that's crazy with that Notre Dame defense. But that's it, man. We're going to get up out of here and see y'all next weekend. It's the Boston and Sauce Show right here every Saturday morning. Let's go.
The Boston and Sauce Show.
Boston and Sauce Show.
Boston and Sauce Show.
Boston and Sauce Show. Here we go.
Yeah, but
man.